everyone and welcome to my channel. It's a new year, which means a new challenge for me. I've never done one of these sit down videos before, and with it obviously being a new year, I thought I would change it up a bit. So I thought that talking to you guys about different topics and different subjects would be something that you can all kind of get some inspiration from. But I feel like these sit down videos are a chance for you to really get to know me a bit better. So this is the first one, and I've decided that what I want to do is talk about happiness. I'm going to touch on some of the experiences that I've had. Hopefully you guys can get some inspiration from that too, because I know that we all sometimes struggle to find happiness, but I think ultimately happiness comes from within. I've had a few experiences in my life. To give you a bit more of an insight, I grew up in Manchester and I lived there for 7 years with my family. It was a very happy experience for me, although I was very young. I grew up in a lovely environment. I was surrounded by family, I had friends. I was very sure of the person that I was as a child. And then when I was 7, myself and my family moved to Kent. And when we first moved, we were one of the only black families actually living in Kent at the time. So for me, growing up and going to school was a bit of a challenge because I was the only black person in my entire primary school, and I wasn't used to that. And because of the area that I lived in, and because I was different, I used to be bullied. I used to get called names. People used to target me because of the fact that I looked different. And I didn't really understand as a child. I didn't really understand that. Obviously, being that age and coming from somewhere where you are so comfortable, you're really happy, and then sort of coming into another space where people are excluding you because you're different was very hard for me. I went through that for quite a long time. It made me question who I was as a person. It made me feel like I just didn't belong. I became very, very shy. I became very timid. I started feeling judged by everyone, and it was very difficult for me to break out of that mindset, even up until secondary school, where I still struggled a little bit to fit in, and it stopped me from being who I felt like I really was. I was for a very long time unhappy. I was unhappy with myself because I thought that there was something wrong with me. It wasn't until I started going to uni, when I started meeting people from all different walks of life, people from all different races, people that were also different, I started to feel a sense of normality again. I started to feel more comfortable. I started to feel like I belonged somewhere. But those experiences that I had in the past still haunted me a little bit. And if I'm being honest, they probably still haunt me a little bit now. I still worry about what people think of me. I still worry about being judged. I've come to a point, I think, in my life now where I feel it's really important to just be myself and not to worry or fear about what anyone says. That kind of comes from within, and that's where I guess happiness comes in. There are so many things in your life that can make you happy. There are so many things in life that do make me happy. But for me, I really feel like it's important to be happy within. And that starts with my mindset. I've come a very long way. Yes, I've had experiences. I've been through a lot. I really want to just embrace myself, because for a long time I've feared just being me. I've gone through life trying to please other people because of the experiences that I've had growing up as well. I've always felt like I've had to try and make other people happy in order to fit in. The most important thing is being happy within yourself, and that is what I learned. Coming into the new year, I really want to focus on things that make me happy. So doing this makes me happy. Just being able to be creative, being able to have a creative outlet where I can express my opinions, where I can talk about topics that I really enjoy. I love to dance. I started dancing again about 1.5 years ago, and I was really happy to take that up again. I used to dance when I was younger, and there was a phase in my life where I stopped doing those things because of the experiences I had. I've always loved travelling. I've been to a lot of places. I intend to continue to do that as well. Being more mindful, being more healthy, just really taking care of myself. The key to being yourself is to not worry about what other people think or how other people perceive you, because in reality you're kind of just living for people's acceptance, and that isn't really a way to live, and that ultimately doesn't make you happy. I think in order to be happy, you have to be happy within yourself, and that also includes doing the things that will make you happy and not worrying about how you're going to be perceived for doing those things. Surround yourself with positive people. That's what it's about. Don't surround yourself with negative people, and that could be in any way, shape or form, with families, with friends, with romantic relationships, anyone. If you're surrounding yourself with negativity, or if you feel like you're in a negative situation, you have the power to remove yourself from that situation. I think we've all been through experiences or situations that haven't necessarily contributed to our happiness in a positive way. We've all been in situations where maybe we've had to confront someone about something that we don't feel comfortable with. We've all been in relationships that haven't really truly fulfilled us. We've all had the experiences of being with people that aren't right for us. I have been through relationships that have also tested me. The last relationship that I had wasn't a great one, and after that relationship I decided that I didn't want to feel this way again. Previous relationships that I've been in, I've always, I've been hurt. We've all been through relationships that have hurt us, and the last relationship I had, it hurt me, and I decided after that experience that I didn't want to experience anything like that again. I felt like I deserved more than that, and after that relationship I decided that I wasn't going to go through that again, and that what I needed to do in order to feel good was to concentrate on myself. So I decided that I was going to take a step back, I was going to focus on what was important to me, and I really started to feel a sense of happiness from within, because I wasn't particularly searching for it. I needed to do the things that I was passionate about. I needed to feel confident and comfortable within myself in order to move forward. Stop searching and stop concentrating on trying to find things that make you happy, and you start focusing on yourself and focusing on the happiness that comes from within. You will really start to feel a sense of joy. I started to feel a lot more confident about my blog. I started to face confrontation. I'm not a confrontational person, but I started to feel like I didn't have to do things or make decisions based on other people. I could express my opinion and not feel like I was hurting someone else. I met someone incredible who has now made me very happy, and I think ultimately the reason that all these things happened is because I started to focus on myself. I think if you've been through certain experiences in your life, you feel like you can't move on from those experiences. You really can. When I was going through racism as a child, I didn't think I'd be able to come out and feel worthy again. But the moment I started going to university, I found that there are people who were very different, who some had those similar experiences as well, and that made me start to feel like maybe I can move forward. Then I started going through other experiences in my life. Although they knocked me back, they taught me lessons, and I think ultimately you do have to go through these experiences in order to be stronger. So for me, this new year is about focusing on what is important and focusing on building myself in order to be the best person that I can be. So many people go through experiences like this and think that there isn't a way to deal with them, and I think what you have to remember is that you are amazing, that you are important, that you are great, and you can do whatever you want to do, as long as you remember that in order to really feel true happiness, it has to come from within, and you have to really focus on yourself. Okay, well thank you very much for watching. I hope you've gotten a little bit of inspiration out of this video. I have written a blog post called Things to Live By in 2019, and they are my goals for the year ahead. Just a list of things that I really want to live by and things that I hope to achieve within the year. So do have a read and get some inspiration from there as well. So thanks very much for watching, and I will see you again in another video. Thanks.